Hello everyone! It's Maddie, welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna be doing a sketchbook tour. Yeah! So as you can see, this is my volume 2. I didn't do one for volume 1 because I didn't have my YouTube channel yet, but we're gonna go through it together. I'm gonna kind of show you what kind of makes my sketchbook mine. Here's the brand of the sketchbook. I get them from Amazon. They're a good, hearty little sketchbook. So we've got some sketches here. I was trying to do some stylized chibis of, like, specifically my cat. I do have an older cat named Libby, who is a barn cat, so as you can see here. Plus I have my dog Silo, who's a blue heeler. Both are farm animals. And I wanted to kind of encapsulate them in a universe where it's kind of like Animal Crossing or like Stardew Valley, where they're on a farm together and they solve farm problems. Or I thought I'd make like a little comic out of that, but that's just kind of an idea. Here's some thumbnails. I already made these into finished pieces a while ago. I believe this is Inktober of 2024, some sketches here. And then I have some cute little chibi sketches. I had these kittens for a while, that one was gray and one was orange, and I named them Salt and Peppa. And of course you have a beautiful sketch of Vi, which I also turned into a finished art piece. And then we have all of this, which is basically ideas for clay charms, keychains, earrings, anything that I may have had. I turned some of these designs into real keychains, like the clover or the pencil. I've also done the octopus and the squid, which I didn't put them for sale, I just wanted to see what I could do, but I made those two. I've also made different versions of fruits, so I've made apples, I've made the rainbow, so I made a lot of these, but a lot of these are just ideas. Then we have some other keychain ideas here. I actually have made this one. This one was a Christmas party gift for my local Lions Club. A local lady won it because it was a gift exchange. I really liked making this gift. And then on the back it said "We Serve" on his little yellow and blue vest. So I was really proud of that. Plus some more charm designs. Here's a fun, it's a 5 o'clock somewhere sign that I would want to make for my grandmother in Florida. This is some Shrinky Dink / keychain ideas that I've had. More charm designs. Here's some live sketching that I did at a Lions convention. And if you don't know what Lions Club is, I'm gonna kind of rant for a second. Lions Club is a local organization. They have over 1.5 million members, and it's all about acts of service, especially towards the hearing impaired, the vision impaired, children, cancer. They're all over the place, and they do a lot of good things for a lot of people in need. So I'm a part of my local club. Now we have my husband, Miel O'Hara. These two, I love these two. These two are my favorite. I was kind of playing around with the, I forget what AU that is, but like the AU where he's like the nerdy one, like reporter, like Peter Parker instead of himself. Then we have some comic thumbnails for another character of mine named Kyra. And then we have some character design. Then we had I had like a follow me and you get a sketch of yourself thing a while back. This was some of the entries for that. A sketch for a birthday card I made for my friend. It's got irises, daffodils, some other like some monsteras and some other plants. And then I have some sketching for like the Animal Crossing characters, because I actually turned my characters into Animal Crossing characters, which I did post and make a finished post for. See, here's some of the sketches for that. I have a lot of like random practice and stuff in here, just kind of playing around with my style, because there's a lot of things I don't do very often. Chibi is one of them, so I like practicing with that. This is when I first created my Stargirls. So I've got Nova, Stella, and Aster, kind of the ideas for that. And then this was me trying to come up with my Sona. I loved playing around with the ideas there, seeing what I could possibly look like. At one point I had a tail. Don't come at me though. I was really trying. Some more character sketching, some figure sketching. Then we have some live sketching I did at a supernatural convention that I went to. Some more merch ideas. My beautiful character Anne. And then we have some chibi practice. Like I said, I don't do chibi, so I really wanted to play around with that and see what kind of rustled my jimmies, quote unquote. See, I also write down like script ideas in here. I do a lot of random stuff in here. I forget the creator who coined the phrase, but there's a sketchbook and then there's a shit book. This is my quote unquote shit book. I'm not saying my art is shit. I'm just saying this is like a diary where I just put everything, and then whatever sticks, sticks, whatever doesn't, doesn't. So I've got a lot of different practices in here. This, I want to get to this. This is a character design I really would love to make come to fruition. She's overall just a very beautiful character. I love that haircut, and I usually don't do women with short hair, just because that's not the first thing that comes to mind. I'm like, oh, women with like long, luscious, beautiful hair, and then I came up with this, and I was like, now we're rocking and rolling. This is the good stuff. And then another commission sketch. We got Wayne. This was for a VGen entry that I did. VGen. This is a sketch of how I would want Larissa to look in her original time, which was like around the 1800s. I think it's the later 1800s, and when she was more of a singer, and I wanted to come up with like a cute portrait sketch of her. And then we have some realism sketches that I did. I just pulled some references off of Pinterest, and I posted videos about these. This was for Mermaid of 25. This is kind of what the finished piece looked like, but I did post that on my Instagram as well. Then we have more chibi practice. I do this a lot in my sketchbooks, but instead of like notating, I literally just put an X, because I look at it and I remember, and I'm like, I know exactly what I don't like about this. And then we have some merch sketch ideas, some more script ideas, some more practice. I actually turned this one into a real piece. Then another idea for my local Lions Club. Genu, hated both of them. Genu, this is kind of what the end of it looked like. Minus the hand being right there, but it turned out good. And then we have more keychain ideas. And then we also have Miss Girl over here. I'll bring it a little closer to the camera so you can see. You got Miss Girl. I want to do more with this, because I feel like this is a good little treat. Also, balloon dog. I love a good balloon dog. I actually know how to make a balloon dog, believe it or not. And then we've got more live sketching, more sketching with just a pen. I like doing the pen exercises. It really gives me a lot of practice to try to trust my gut on where I put my lines. So I think it's good practice. I don't do it very often, because usually I'm not trying to practice a whole bunch. I'm just trying to put ideas down on paper. And then I have more merch ideas, mostly being bumper stickers. Then we have stylized portraits, because a lot of people do live events, and they do like little doodles for like $15, and they draw you at your table. And I wanted to try and see like my hand at like trying to do them really fast so I could be lucrative with it. So here's more of that. For me, there's a lot more practice to be done, but I feel like somebody who isn't into art would really appreciate this. I did this, an OC edit. I already did that one of Anne and Larissa. No, Anne and Haley, sorry. And then this was a little reel idea for when I got my Cricut for the first time. I love like my cutting machines, but they're really loud and they're really unpredictable. So this is me putting the mat into the machine and then the machine like making noise and then me just like getting afraid of it. It's like a cat getting startled by a vacuum. And then we have some of these ideas. I really love my alternative Sona design. She's kind of supposed to be like this Eldritch Terror-esque thing. Ethereal Beauty meets Eldritch Terror. And I wanted the bottom to say the cosmic. And then I've got sketches for my birthday post this last year. Western AU question mark. So we've got the whole gang is here. They're all in the Western getup. I would pay money to see that. I don't pay myself anything, so it's not happening. Not yet, but it might. It's a fun idea, and cowboys are cool. Sticker ideas / fandom ideas to like make merch. Then we have Miss Icon over here. I don't want to spoil too much about her because I haven't really had any concrete ideas, but so basically the whole storyline with Anne, Haley, Larissa, Wayne, Vincent, like that whole storyline. I wanted this to be like the matriarch villain. So this is kind of like my idea for her. She's so beautiful. I can't get over her. Every time I look at this sketch, I'm like, oh, damn. Starbugs. I already made a sticker sheet that is for sale on my Etsy with my Starbugs. But this is me sketching out bugs because I don't draw animals. So this is me sketching out bugs. This was for New Year's. I didn't post anything for New Year's because I didn't want to. And also I wasn't home, so I didn't want to. Then we have some thumbnail sketches for my character Seraphim. She is a D&D character of mine. I love her very, very much. Then we have Anne with the star bra. I drew a piece recently that has the star bra in it, but Cunty Diva with star bra. Yes. Then we have a sketch of Bonnie because I actually ended up doing a digital illustration of Bonnie. Then we have some Christmas ideas, which I did post one, but instead of this sketch with Haley and Anne, I did it with Wayne and Larissa. Then we have Seraphim again, this beautiful queen with her giant cow plushie. And then we have this. This is actually a tattoo idea that my grandmother had that she would like to get on her body. Don't ask me why she asked me. I don't know either. So this was just some sketches on what she kind of wanted, I guess. I would want to go more of the realism route instead of the stylized route, just because I think it would look better on the human body, more realistic. But this was just kind of me putting colored pencil to paper. Then we have my Meet the Artist that I did for this year. Beautiful, as always, beautiful sketch. Turned out very similar to the end result. And then we have the Human Centipede, aka Freak, a commission I did. Well, not a commission, an art trade I did. And then we have Freak again. And then this is D&D character ideas, because I was trying to come up with a new one for a new campaign. So I kind of went more this route. A little bit different, as you see in the next few pages, but I went this route. So I created Miss Ione. Sick tats all over, face tats. The only thing that's different about her face tats from this actual picture that you see of her is they're not on her cheek. There's one on her chin and then one on her forehead, which I have posted. I have posted her character sheet, so you can go look at that if you'd like. We got some just me putting ideas onto paper. Don't want to spoil that. Then Ione, and then you can actually see in this little sketch her forehead tattoo and her chin tattoo. And then you have my sticker sheets. I haven't done this one, but I actually made these two, so you can go buy them. They're on my Etsy, GoingFeralArt on Etsy. And then we have the man, the myth, the legend, the director of Iron Lung, Markiplier. I've actually loved Markiplier for a very long time. And when I heard he was even making the Iron Lung movie, I was like, so excited, so excited, so excited. And then it was year 1, year 2, year 3, and we're just waiting for this movie to come out. And I'm like, damn, he's taken a long time. And then he did it, and I watched it in theaters, and it was probably the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my whole life. So I'm going to give you a little close-up of this one, just because I was really proud. We got realistic Markiplier, and then we've got stylized Markiplier. I mean, look at that. Legend. Plus some little sketches of the little submarine he's in. And then we have this conundrum. I wanted to make these out of oil paint, but then I realized how oil paint is super hard. Because as you'll see in the next few pages, I made a portrait of somebody I love. And it was a conundrum because I'm not very familiar with oils, so I just winged it like I do everything else. And it turned out fine, but I realized it'd be a little too hard for me to do something this complex at my skill level. So I'll probably make these digital portraits instead. But this is, of course, Ione in traditional gear, standing for a portrait, and then Seraphim standing in traditional gear for a portrait. And I wanted it to emulate a royal portrait. Like, so when you look at, like, Queen Elizabeth or any of the other royalty that you've seen, they all have these beautiful portraits that are huge. And I wanted this vibe to be that. Like a beautiful royal portrait hanging up on somebody's mantle. This is more like defined sketches of what that would look like. So, like, the different accessories and what they would look like and all the different components. This is an exercise I did with the labyrinth. I've never actually seen the labyrinth up until a month ago. So I sat down, watched the labyrinth, but also did a mid-tone study, is what I would call it. The way the lady described it, I forget everybody's names, but this wasn't my idea, so I'm not claiming ideas. But basically you take a black, a gray, and then you use the white of the paper to get your low tones, mid tones, and high tones. And you basically just sketch the scene as not sloppily as possible, but like make little thumbnails of the scene that you're watching or whatever one you find the most interesting, and then try to put those tones onto the paper. So you can pick whatever ones you like or whatever movie you like, anything. It works for anything. So this is kind of what I came up with. And then this is the portrait I actually made into oil paintings, a sketch of my mom. Okay, then we've got another art idea that I'm gonna do soon because I thought it was really funny. A lot of artists are doing it right now, but I thought it was really cool. It's based on some old comic strip, but basically it's labeled My Paradise. I'll bring it a little closer so you can see. But it's called My Paradise. And it's basically anything that in your personal world is considered your paradise. So in my paradise, it's me on my little wheeled table eating my chocolate-covered peanuts with my A&W root beer, and I'm just enjoying Markiplier videos and drawing on my computer while being in complete darkness because overstimulation is a real thing. And then I have another little sketch down here that is labeled Overwhelmed and Art Blocked, and it's me laying with my face down onto the ground. And then we have a commission sketch, another commission sketch, another commission sketch, and the last and final commission sketch of Miss Pookie Icon. But I loved doing these. These two were actually for my Draw This in Your Style 200. They were prizes. So this was my bust up commission prize and my full body commission prize. And this was another commission that I've had him commission me 5 times now. So he's a very, very reliable customer, and I thank him dearly for commissioning me because nobody else does. So, but yeah, that is my sketchbook tour. I've got some fun stickers on here. But yeah, that's my sketchbook tour. That was also from 9/25/24 to 2/18/26. So this is a year and 4 months old. So now that I'm done with this one, I'm gonna move on to volume 3. And as soon as that one's done in like a year and a half, you'll get to see it. But yeah, thank you guys for coming to watch my video today. And I hope this motivates you to treat your sketchbook less seriously, so you aren't as, not attached to it, but you can genuinely just throw ideas onto paper and not worry, oh, does it look good? Does it do this? Does it do that? No, baby. No, baby. Just put those thoughts on paper. Just put it on paper. You won't regret it. So this is just your motivation to sketch more often, even if it's bad. Or if you're just trying to write some stuff down. So, yeah. Thank you for coming to my video, and I hope you all have a really good day. This is Maddie, and I will see you later. Bye!